Welcome to the main event.
Are you serious? Trent, you just went for, I wasn't even ready. I was just waiting for you to come back around. Oh yes! Touch and go, Dave!
Far out there, I'm gonna roll it upside down and I'm gonna go through it upside down.
Nailed it!
What's up, guys? And welcome to Edgewater Air Park here in Ohio. This is the headquarters for Flite Test. And for those that don't know who Flite Test is, they are another YouTube channel that does a bunch of awesome RC flying content, and they're actually one of the inspirations that got me to start my YouTube channel. So anyone that doesn't follow them yet, you should go check out Flite Test channel, give them a subscribe, it's worth it. And yeah, they've got an event going on this weekend. I think it's called Wings for Work, Wings Over Work, something like that, for Labor Day. I am out here having a good time. They're letting me fly a bunch of planes. And then the bigger announcement is that we finally have the V2 version of the RC Freedom Fox, which again was a collaboration between Flite Test and I. And I have actually yet to fly the V2. So that is the goal today. Maybe we can do a big group flight. But either way, it's fun. Taking it back to the roots. This is what originally got me into flying, was RC planes. So.
Higher! Oh! What? How did that work?
Take it off.
That was solid.
Awesome. It's all amped up on race, so have fun with it. If you crash, I need an excuse to build a new one.
Okay, so I guess we are gonna race these, what are they called? Millennial Firkins?
Yeah,
Flurkins.
so they're called Flurkins.
And so they've got two pylons behind me. I don't know if you can see those. Big circle race. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna have Noah hold my camera, so. Are we done? That's fun. Man, this is too much fun, and I am doing a really poor job of filming any of this just because I'm honestly just enjoying it too much. Anyone that hands me a plane or a radio to fly a plane, I'm like, yes, please. And I'm flying all of it. We just did the race around the pylons out here, and I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty sure I lapped everyone by like at least 1 or 2 laps. So I still got it. Your boys, it's been a while since I've flown an RC plane, but I still got a little bit of it in me. And it's funny that I swear to you, flying these things is probably harder than a real plane. And that's actually something that I did want to discuss, because I've had people ask me, you know, someone that flies RC, does that help them if they're going to go out and get their manned pilot's license? And the short answer is, I do think it does, yeah. And I think a lot of the baseline knowledge of how to fly a turn, how to coordinate, what to expect when taking off, landing, all of that, most of the basic aerodynamic and flying knowledge can be learned in a small scale with an RC plane. And sure, you're not gonna have the seat in the pants feel, you're not gonna learn any of the radio stuff or reading a map or any of that, but from a basic flying standpoint, I think you can learn a lot on a model plane or an RC plane that can put you a step or two forward moving into big planes. And the other thing, going back to what I was saying, I think flying RC is harder than a manned plane, and I know I've heard other people agree with me on this, but the main reason is that we're flying these small little planes that things happen so much faster. And say, if it's something that's like 10th scale, I feel like it happens even faster than 10 times the speed of a full-scale aircraft. So the sign or signals for an incoming stall, you have such little time with an RC plane, so you have to be super quick with your reactions. You've got to be able to fix things fast, and you're often at pretty low altitudes because obviously we're not flying that high up. So flying RC is tough because of just how quick things happen, but also you're not able to just sit in the plane. So the orientation is always changing. If you're flying an RC plane towards you, then left is going to be right, right's going to be left. I mean, up's still up and down's still down, but being able to place yourself in the aircraft from where you're standing on the ground and understand what direction to push. There's a whole bunch of visual science around trying to determine the distance from things that is much trickier with an RC plane or a model plane than it is with the real airplane. The consequences aren't as high, so it's kind of acceptable to fly an RC plane at a, lower quality level. Crashes are acceptable with an RC plane. I mean, it's kind of the nature of the beast. You show me one person that's flown RC for a while and hasn't crashed, and I'll show you one person who's lying. But obviously that's not the case with manned aircraft, and a lot of it is because the aerodynamics are better and they seem to work better at full scale, meaning if you took the exact same plane, scaled it down to tiny, say you took a Cessna 172, made it 10th scale, the aerodynamics don't work as well and they're not as predictable, and external forces like wind are so much more drastic on the scale planes that it's pretty much impossible to be perfect flying these little planes. But moving up to a full scale aircraft makes things a lot easier, and a lot of the stuff does, crossover. So if you're someone that flies RC and are wondering, hey, if I got into flying manned aircraft, would it help me? Again, my answer is yes. And also I think flying RC kind of, keeps your wheels spinning in your head. Still a super fun hobby to get into, and especially with the flight test foam board planes. I mean, we have been crashing, gluing, throwing them back in the air and just having a blast. So whether you're into building them or buying a ready to fly plane or almost ready to fly like the Freedom Fox, there's so much to do in this hobby, and I'm stoked to be back here, kind of taking it back to my roots with this one. So
that is a 555% enlarged Simple Cub, his kit. I scaled it that far because that makes the wingspan exactly half scale of a real Cub.
Wow.
Like
It flies so slow. I could not believe that.
It's like a glider.
I don't know if you guys can tell, this thing's like at my chest level. This is gigantic.
The batteries are in here now,
Okay.
with nice Velcro latches.
All right, so after about a 10-15 minute setup, we got another V2 Freedom Fox ready to go. Joss already had another one set up over here, so we're gonna go out, do some formation flight with 2 Freedom Foxes. go. We got 4 RC Freedom Foxes, the V2. We're gonna go ahead and fly ourselves into the sunset, and I kind of feel like it's time for me to put this camera down. But before I wrap this one out, I do want to take a quick second to say a huge shout out and thank you to my friends over at Squarespace for sponsoring yet another one of my videos. And for those of you that don't know, Squarespace is the ultimate way to build a website and run your business. No experience necessary. You start with one of their award-winning templates, crafted into your own beautiful, professional looking and working website that's optimized for both desktop as well as mobile. And they have features for literally anything. So I don't care what you're trying to do with the website, be it an online store, personal blog, professional photo gallery, or have a members area so that you can have your audience and connect with them in a closer way. So if you haven't yet, make sure to head over to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to purchase, go to squarespace.com/Trent Palmer. That'll get you 10% off. Thank you again for tuning in and watching this one. And thank you to the guys at Flite Test for hosting me. Go check out the new V2 version of the RC Freedom Fox. And you guys know the drill. Like this video if you do. Subscribe if you haven't. Come be my wingman. See you on the next one. Peace.